What could be the reasons for your baby to refuse the bottle? Number 1, your baby was recently weaned from breastfeeding and he or she wants to continue. Number 2, your baby may be sick, colicky, or just not feeling too well to eat. Number 3, your baby is not hungry enough to eat. Number 4, your baby is uncomfortable or distracted. Number 5, your baby doesn't like the bottle, the teeth, or how it feels, maybe the flow of the nipple. Number 6, your baby doesn't like the milk or the formula, the temperature, the flavor, the texture. Number 7, your baby is teething. And number 8, your baby developed a bottle aversion. You could look at this as a checklist. You could go through and see, okay, was my baby just weaned from breastfeeding? Yes or no? Check. Is your baby feeling sick, colicky, or just not well enough? Check. Is your baby hungry enough? Check. Yes or no? Is your baby uncomfortable? Check. Yes or no? Does your baby like the bottle or doesn't like something? That you gotta experiment with it to try different nipples, different flow, different bottle. So that may take a while to experiment, but then you can check. Let's say you tried a few and the baby is the same. Does your baby like the milk, the formula, the temperature, the flavor, or the texture? It's again an experiment to see if you change up things, your baby would change or not, the reaction to the bottle. Is your baby teething? Check, yes or no. And if none of these are the reasons, you don't find a reason, then it's highly likely that your baby may have developed a bottle aversion. What is bottle feeding aversion? The baby is avoiding the bottle because she has had unpleasant or painful feelings linked to it. She's refusing to eat entirely or eats very little each time. It usually begins with a reaction to the bottle itself. Suppose parents don't recognize the signs of bottle aversion and keep doing the same thing as before. In that case, the baby will start to react adversely even before the feeding begins. What are the signs of bottle aversion? Skipping feedings without fuss, showing hunger cues but not eating. They are beginning to eat but consuming very little and stopping abruptly. They may arch their back and cry or turn their head away or chew on the nipple. When the bottle is presented, shutting their mouth and turning their head away. When put in a feeding position or when a baby is placed on them or when they see the bottle, they scream. Eating only in their sleep. It's called dream feeding. What is the most common cause of bottle aversion? It's force feeding, pressuring the baby to feed. This was my case, by the way. I was worried about my daughter's growth and forced her to take the bottle, with loving intentions, of course. And here is our story. After her 2 months vaccination, she started crying when it was feeding time. So first she was just crying when I put the bottle in her mouth, and then after a while she was crying when I put her into a feeding position. And I had no idea why. Of course, I tried to figure it out. And yeah, I tried different things. First, I changed the nipple sized up. That helped a little bit, but then she just kept crying. Probably for 1 or 2 feedings, it was fine. And then after that, she just kept crying. And then I thought, oh, she may not like the formula anymore. She was on Nutramidon. It tasted nasty anyway. She never really liked it, but she was fine with it for a while. So change the formula. For 1 or 2 feedings, she was again fine, but she just kept crying. So I had good intention, and I knew better than her, so I thought she's crying because she thinks this is the old formula, but this is the new one. So if I force her to start eating, she will realize this is the new formula, and then she will eat it. And that's what happened. Like, she was crying and put the nipple in her mouth, and then after a while she started sucking, and yeah, she ate the whole bottle. But things got worse. So every single feeding was a huge struggle. I was so stressful, and I was browsing the internet, and I find this thing called bottle aversion, and it just fit what we had been going through. So basically, I force-fed my baby. At the 2 months vaccination, they force-fed the Rota vaccine, and I made a mistake and fed her immediately right after because she was hungry. So I gave her milk right in there in the doctor's office. So she linked bad feelings to eating. And then after that, I thought, I know better. She's crying because she's hungry or for whatever reason. And I just put the nipple in her mouth. I was the stronger one, right? She doesn't know what's going on. I knew better. So the result was I was force-feeding her for probably 2 weeks. And then she just refused to eat. So I find this thing, bottle aversion, and I find a method, and I did that. The most stressful thing I've done in my life. It was worse than giving birth. My anxiety level was through the roof. It helped first, but then she kept regressing, so I felt really helpless, hopeless. And then my husband is into NLP, neuro-linguistic programming and hypnosis, and he said, this thing is simple. He just linked bad feelings to feeding, so let's just scramble that feelings. It's called anchoring. So let's re-anchor the baby, so link good feelings to feeding. So he spent probably 15-20 minutes with her, and after that she just ate happily. We had to repeat it a few times, maybe I would say 5-6 times within 2 weeks. And then after that we didn't really have to do anything. Maybe once in a while when she's feeding and she links pain because her gums are sore or something, and then she whines a little bit when it's feeding time, I just do it again for 2 minutes, and then that's it. What can you do to solve your baby's bottle aversion? I have a step-by-step process to end your baby's bottle aversion, and you can download it from the link below. Just click on it. It's free of charge. You can download the process and go through step by step to solve your baby's bottle aversion.